We are back at the Paramount Chief's Palace to meet with the elders of the Nkonya Wurupong clan. The secretary to the chiefdom and master of ceremonies, Mr. Colin opens our session.
Today's program was first to have gone to the deity. Nkonyas have a 6-day week. Our week is not 7 days, but officially in Ghana it is 7 days. But we have a 6-day 1 week. And today happens to be the Sunday of Nkonya's week. And we call it a point. A point. So nobody goes to farm on this particular day. It's a resting day for the whole of Nkonya. Not only Wurupong, the whole of Nkonya. This started when we took occupation of this land. We started worshiping a god that united us all Nkonyans. The god is called Isia. So we call it Nanasia. That is the name of the god. It is a god we believe, even before Christian religion came, that it is our God that provides us with all our basic needs. And today, we still have that belief. That is why we have held on to it till today. So today's program was for us in the morning to have gone there and see how activities there goes on. Our activities there go on. What is happening is that the God is for the whole of Nkonya. It is the God that brought us, led us here. Today we will tell you the history, our history. You know how we even crossed the Volta River into our present settlement. We will, having prepared the program, we thought that now that you have come, we should go there. You will see how things go on there. But unfortunately, we didn't go. So this is the second part of today's agenda, and it is a meeting of you with the traditional authorities. Yesterday, you introduced your name yourself, but today it is going to be more of a detailed introduction, so that where we should come in, Manano will also come in, so that we can draw conclusions for today. We have built tomorrow for some visits. We have schools in the community. So we want us to go there and see how our schools operate here. So,
Let me say, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all. And I think it's best if I think it's best if I start a narration with my family, that I can broaden it out into what's happening in the diaspora and why diasporans finally, after 400 years, I become very, very much in love with Africa. And the fact that now we can, not only with Africa broadly, we can now, through science, trace where in Africa our ancestors came from. Now, my family originated, the Roaches, my last name is Roach, on the island of Barbados in the 19th century. Slavery was abolished in 1834, right? Now, my great-grandfather, his name was John Roach, and he changed his name to Jonathan Roach, and there was opportunity in Tobago to do a lot of farming, and he and his brother Peter moved to Tobago somewhere between the end of slavery in 1834 and when my grandfather was born in 1869. I don't know exactly what year they moved, but in between that time. Right. And my grandfather was Ezekiel. He was born in 1869. 1869. That's my grandfather, Ezekiel. Of course, I never knew him. I came long after he was gone. My grandmother, Georgiana Blake, was born in 1886. All of this is on the island of Tobago. And they had their first child in 1908, Maud. Most of the information I have comes from her. She was the firstborn, and she lived on my grandfather's land till she died. She never left. She came to Tobago and acquired 15 acres of land, right? And they had 6 children, he and my grandma had 6 children. And Maud was the firstborn, and my grandfather Ezekiel died in 1940, again, long before I was born. Okay? But the generations in my family go for a long time. People in my family live for a long time. My father was born in 1916. He's Eric Roach, and I was born in 1948. All right? So you see how the generation in my family go on for a long time. We are blessed with long life. Now, in Barbados, I went to Barbados to see where my great-grandfather came from. And there's a little hall of records there. And I always wondered why he changed his name from John to Jonathan. Well, when I went into the hall of records and I looked at the John Roaches who were born after 1834, and there's like a million of them. Yeah. So you have to distinguish yourself. Yeah. You know, everybody named John on an island. Remember, now, this is an island, it's not a big country. So he changed his name to Jonathan, right? And he and his brother set sail for Tobago, you know, where they had, you know, and they acquired 15 acres of land. My grandfather got the land and so forth. I was raised in that same house that my grandfather did. So I know the place inside out. I was raised in that house. Now, we were brought up under the British system, okay, where we say hail to the Queen and so forth and so on. Our school system is just like yours in Ghana. It's very similar. When she tells me about the school system in Uganda, it's just like it's British colonialism, and it was all is exactly the same. Yeah, right. With some cultural differences, you know. Now, in the Caribbean generally, and in Trinidad and Tobago, we have 2 islands. The bigger island is Trinidad, the smaller island is Tobago, where I'm from. Okay? We have a mixture of people from all over, right? Different parts of Africa. Where you have the Nigerian culture, you can see there, big time. You can see much of the Ghanaian culture, right? You can see all of these things happening, but you see them intermittently. You see it now, you don't see it. You see it again, you don't see it. Because we have lost our consistency because of slavery. You see what I mean? Yeah. We have lost our consistency. So the people who want to do the Nigerian religion, Orisha, they go to Nigeria for training. Or sometimes the Nigerians come and help us. Help those people to understand that. Now, I'm not saying everybody does that, but the people who do those things. All right? We have things in Tobago
and all over the Caribbean that you see in Ghana all the time. The YouTubers come to the Caribbean and tell us, oh, this is just like Ghana. This is just like Nigeria. This is just like Togo. You know? So we have carried on with those things, right, over the years. Now, in the 60s, when I grew up, our prime minister who brought us to independence was a very, very great man. And we started to question a lot of things that the colonial people had done. And over a period of time, slowly, we began a gradual move towards Africa. But at that time, we didn't know where in Africa we came from. So everybody embraced all of Africa. You might find someone with some Nigerian habits and say, okay, I'm Nigerian. You find someone with some Ghanaian habits, I'm Ghanaian. But there is no clear, definite proof. But now we have the proof. Now we have the proof. Science has brought us now 400 years or so. But no, we've had the proof. I told a white boy one day, you enslaved me. But after 400 years, I win. I beat you after 100 years. I know exactly where my ancestor came from. There's no question in that. It's DNA. Full proof. So we know exactly where our forefathers came from. And that is the interest that is developing now throughout the diaspora. Throughout the diaspora, and people are now moving to Africa. Every time you turn around, somebody going to visit. Somebody decide to move. Somebody go back and forth. They do business and so forth in different parts of Africa. So, like Dr. Africana quote from Zimbabwe, she's a medical doctor, she said, Africa is calling its children home. Africa is calling its children home. Because we are black people, we are African people. We can sing and do whatever we like in church every Sunday. But at the end of the day, we are African people. You know? And many people are now, there's challenges in moving to Africa. Lots of challenges. Okay? There's financial challenge, there's cultural challenge, there's a challenge of picking which country you want to go to. It's a new way of life you're entering into. But this is where we find our happiness. When I get up in the morning in Rwanda, everybody looks like me. Okay? Everybody looks like me. Whether they do foolish things or sensible things, it makes no difference. They all look like me, and I feel that I belong there. Okay, even though my ancestry is not from Rwanda, but I know I feel comfortable there. This is our home. Africa is our home. Plain and simple. There's no getting around it. Nobody else wants you. Nobody else cares much about you. Africa is our home. But some people have difficulties readjusting to life in Africa. Some people it's easy. Other people have difficulties. And that's expected in the beginning. Because you are coming back to a place that's basically is a thirst and a desire in us to come to our homeland, to return to our homeland. Right? The thing that struck me that you might want to consider, if, let's say, I believe there are 15 regions in Ghana, maybe 14 or 15.
16.
16 regions in Ghana, all right? Now, let's say that here you have Oti Region. And if you could offer some type of a program where if your DNA says you are from the Oti Region, Nkonya, or whoever it is here is what you can come and do, all right? You can go beyond just doing a visit. You can come and purchase property if it is for sale. You can try to set your grandchildren up for the future and offer these people things they can do while they're here. Of course, they will pay you for it. Okay? So let's say Oti has, if my DNA say I'm in Nkonya. Well, I can come, I can meet everyone, I can meet the paramount chief, I can meet the other chief. Okay? I can find what opportunities exist for me here. And for that, you pay a fee to come. And when people come, they can talk directly to the right people who they're supposed to talk to. This will make it easier for people. Because some people just come blind. You know, some people come in Accra. and don't know what next they're going to do. they are lost, you know. But if you give people a pathway to come based on the location of the DNA, that will inspire people a lot. And you could do that in every region in Ghana. You could set that up and do that in every region. So it will give people a way to come home. Because people would be very much comfortable where the DNA comes from. You know, they'd be very comfortable where the DNA comes from. And it help them to adjust culturally also.
Alabe introduction and narration ala Muslim mwanani Oti Region ala ble ala tumbre kotirnia amwaha mumbo eno amwasi tu Africa mon beklane beba benkiba Africa tu say amwasi ko ebi amuji so me beba nkale beba ame bulu adoma peke bramwa winyane Africa ko wuti tamu me otobia for abuji ame bulu adom science the DNA la haba biane picture mwala la biane infre otu so ene so brekuto ni ya eja la bane obombode ya obodo nka otodua otu so monso alaba bia ni ha todua ni ohio babo boy influence ya obere onyane amahamunyane Africa otu ekobeta bane otu Ghana Oti Region otu Wurupong tabe fumo duania Wurupong wa timoe tokuduane ne ogbi ofinti moto Oti Region and fair toduane obetalebwe mea okeko abi le babo tia amebon wo tia abeke ti to bi odu ane brebe nde oju ko ko ale enya se tamo so mo alaba so se mo to eto opa oba bo to ti be se obo atio o ane ame o ma fiale beba so mo ba se abafia onyane Oti Region no nkonyamu Oti Wurupong ntuama nobody so obeke to duane obeka le but opportunities momodu bonu ane amubo gbe benya toko ane hamu ane bubu ane wa mea ane abenya toko ha omamu tia ebo wa atia le ha ani so mo alaba obade
so do Ghana you become a kame brano hanani kama hivi yani alimu kujako domo oka kiano bebana do wanani yesi lilia imbre no kungulia so ni wanti to ile kama no betama ni suwani sisi ya kwa ni kitu ya kudukuni ni kitu ya ni obo so manti abadia and the culture to be able to do that of tsunami obede to be when you hear me no more most many in abe kamede let's say in here na na you must come in the here in the here na na on your phone so the nanya this is the more we to aba to be man na mo abede and abede abuswama abusu duane gogo mo fe ya mo mo kadi di ya duane gogo so ada na ya nessa mano we ba mo ba mo ta mi mo no bi so ale ni bi ba ya
yo nanano are still extending their appreciation to you for one for the coming. Then two, the efforts you have put into discovering that you are from Nkonya. They want you to understand that once you have come here, you are from Nkonya Wurupong. This is Nkonya Wurupong. So you are a native of Nkonya Wurupong. So immediately you arrived yesterday. The small children who were around will say, "Oh, you are just you resemble the paramount." So, so somewhere even as if you are related. So from all indications, you are from Nkonya Wurupong. We have identified you as coming from Nkonya Wurupong. So whatever we will do to you as a Nkonya Wurupong person, we will do. We will also expect a reciprocation of whatever we will do. We have identified you as coming from Wurupong. And also, we are very appreciative of Osu Ansa, who you met first, who has led you through thick and thin into coming to this community. He is also, even though not from here, he has made here the settled. He also came and studied a professor from this town. So that was how he came here. He asked Dr. Fojo, Professor Fojo, one Dr. Fojo, but it's now deceased. So he is still working in Nkonya Wurupong because he has been given an obligation to put up a German rest house, which has been destroyed. They have started to rebuild it because that was where the Germans put up every time they came into the area. So through archaeological studies, the man, that was how he came out with what he saw that indicated that here is Nkonya Wurupong. So, Anandam are happy that you are here. Yesterday, the traditional welcome ceremony that took place has been done for you as somebody from Nkonya Wurupong. All that you have, I know you will feel uncomfortable, but it will be there for 1 week. And so that is that. That is how we go about it. It is something we have to remove anytime we can say put it on. So if you, but normally it is there, it should be there. If or do something, you use something to hide. Then you can do anything after that. You put it there. So that when you go back, your people will see that, yes, you are from your hometown. Actually, then, for my brother and my sister who are here, originated from Africa, the blood of Africa, who for some years ago were actually taken to superpowers of the world, especially Europe. It is actually referred to in some time ago that Africa is referred to as a dark continent. Africa was referred to as a dark continent by Europeans. Africa actually is not a dark continent. We have blood relations with other continents in the world. Then, the Europeans tried to brainwash Africans that they normally slept on trees. They do a lot of absurdity in the continent. It is actually sad that some years back, they snapped Africans away from their continent to go and work for them under a series of unsuitable conditions where they gain a lot from the effort of Africans. It is actually painful that you have narrated briefly to us what actually happened in some years back. Now, I wept in tears yesterday when you narrated briefly about your era, when your great-grandfathers told you some years back. But happy, clean my tears from where I couldn't understand your plea here. I could remember some years back that the weather, actually, when you read from your map, latitude 23.5 degrees north, latitude 23.5 degrees south, is the same affecting Ghana as a whole. The area there is tropical, actually. And then Ghana and then Nkonya Wurupong lie on the same tropical issues. So some of the Europeans thought that they would not be able to work under that tropical era. So they thought that African people should work under them so that the benefit will be theirs. When this phenomenon arose, the population of Africa decreased, actually. Intellectuals from Africa were taken away. And it is painful that you would like to trace up your road back to Africa. It is actually painful. And we are actually learning that we shall pray to our ancestors, we shall pray to Almighty God that the effort we have taken should be true. We love the world, and the world loves us. If we don't take that initiative, then some of the European powers will snatch a lot of economic activity from us. They are doing it. Look at the partition of Africa. Look at the scramble of Africa. Look at the Berlin Conference. What happened to Africa? We will not stay like that. There are challenges affecting Africa and some European powers. Look at economic activities embracing it in Africa. They thought it wise to snatch our economic activities back to the home, back to British. What happens to the British government in Ghana? They did a lot of economic activities, running away our gold, our diamond, our timber, to build their better home in Britain, leaving Ghanaians poorer and poorer. So once you have thought it once, that you come home, your blooded home, to assist Africans, we will pray that our people should return. They should return to their original home so that we build a better Africans, we build a better economic power, we build a lot of ancestral production in Africa. You will be remembered that your road that you have taken up is ancestral. Actually, everybody tries to push so sincerely, I cut it short, that we love the steps you have taken, that we trace back the road to Africa and build a sincere benefit for Africa. So in short, I wish you good sales, I wish you better effort, I wish you better education to our people. Once we are here, we embrace your effort, which your grandfathers have told you. We will not snatch it away. We will take the step to build up Africa, to build a better conditions for Africans, so that we also enjoy the better benefit for Africans. Thank you for coming. You are welcome. Should I continue my talk? Oh, who are Nkonyans are aborigines of Africa. They are aborigines of Africa. So whatever Africans do, we are among them. We are among them. And then what I like to tell my indigents, my brother who is here, that
There are a lot of hidden agendas affecting the communities of Africa. Why? We were not properly educated as to forward our agenda to the whole world. Two, our people, intelligent people, were taken away from us to build a better conditions for superpowers in the world. Why should that happen? Why should that happen? It is a big disgrace to the whole world. The intelligentsia of Africans are the same as intelligentsias of superpowers in the world. We have a lot of economic powers. We have a lot of diamond in Africa. We have a lot of gold in Africa. We have a lot of timber in Africa, which can build Africans higher than the superpowers in the world. But, a big bet. But because of our lack of education on this issue, we're left behind. They bring tobacco, exchange with gold, because we never knew the benefit of gold. Do you know the benefit of gold at that time? We never knew. They bring in drinks to exchange for diamond, because we never knew the use of diamond. These are some of the essential things which my brother has to explain to the superpowers of the world so that they know the feelings the African are suffering. We are not suffering anyway. We are suffering. And then back home, Nkonyas were believed to have originated from the great oases of the Sahara, far from Sahara. And then others thought we came from Kenya. But how we managed to come here, we don't know. And they believe that the Nkonyas were actually among the empires of Western Sudan. They were among. Ghana, Mali, Songhai, they were among. Look at the activities the empires suffered. We are among. There are dancing groups, the activities of the Ghana empire group. They challenge them. Back to Nkonya. As I said, we originated from the great oases of Africa. Now, when we settled here, there were a lot of difficulties we embraced. The only survivor to Nkonya people is Nanasia. Nanasia, the greatest god for Nkonya. Nanasia has a superpowers. He can brew wars. He can stop wars also. So Nkonyans actually worship Nanasia as a security god in our area. So we don't play with it. And all this, we worship Nanasia as a festival for the people of Nkonya. But as time is changing, we have to move abreast with time. But because of some missionary activities, because of unknown production of the powers of Europeans who came to Nkonyans, they took some of our powers away. Now we are bringing back the powers. When we say it is the dry season, we use our superpowers for rain to pattern in our land so that agriculture will actually yield in the highest order. And there are a lot of activities which the god of Nanasia has done for the people of Nkonya.
So in short, I would like to say there are hidden agenda where when you come and you are interviewing a lot of people, some of us should jump in so that we explain certain details to you. You will not come here like that. When you go back, you will actually take up what you have learned to your people so that your people love their homeland. They may pattern to come back so that they be a united Africa. They be that a united Ghanaian people. They be that a united Nkonya people. They be that a united Wurupong people, of which your blood comes. On this road, I will not talk too much. I'll stop over here for some time. If there is any other need which comes to my mind, I would like to impart to you so that you take it home. Thank you again. Thank you again for coming. There are a lot of challenges affecting Nkonya people, especially economic budgeting. Economic budgeting. We have got a very large land. Look at our land. They will take you around. If you have any agenda where you can come and build, to embrace our economic management in Nkonya, we shall be very, very glad in it. We shall be very, very glad in it. In the past, Nkonya people had the highest yield of cocoa supporting Ghana. But because of some challenges of Akosobo Dam, the lake has taken over most of our land. Otherwise, when you actually come here, you see a lot of wonderful things of which Nkonya people has done, especially Nkonya Wurupong. Nkonya Wurupong is actually a key to what? Oti Region. You may not forget. Our people are here. They would like to cross-check and give you details of our plan for Nkonya people. Thank you once again, so that you feel you are at home. You feel our home. We shall be happy again that your people outside Nkonya should come to build a united African people, to build united Nkonya people, so that our name should not be erased from other activities of the world. And apologies.
It's about about the Nkonya. Nkonya administratively and politically has two traditional areas. We have the Nkonya Wurupong traditional area, Nkonya African traditional area. We all have, especially Wurupong, we have so much land, and agricultural activities are taking place all over. So, in case you go back and you can decide to go into farming, or any of your relatives to decide to go into farming, you just walk to Nana, take this land and do what you want. Nana are ready to give. At least for that we can promise that. We will be able to do that. So that is for your information. That is what Nana and what we have been talking about. Brothers and sisters and family and even friends to come and see what help we can give the Nkonya people, especially Wurupong. Tomorrow we're going to the schools and we're going to the schools, so we will see what is happening in the schools. Nana is very grateful you have come, and we have pledged that we will support you in whatever you want to do.
Just visitors. In fact, the community will say has a festival which is usually celebrated annually. So briefly, we say the people of Nkonya Wurupong yearly celebrate the Yam Festival ever since it arrived at their present location. In the past, all Nkonya towns grouped and joined in Wurupong to pour libation to their god Nanasia, and also give thanks to their ancestors. Each of the Nkonya towns will come with a pot of palm wine and goats as a sign of their sacrifice. The celebration usually takes a week before each Nkonya town will retire to their various parts. The Nkonya fetish taboo day is honored every 6th day of the preceding taboo day. This is called April. The Yam Festival celebration has gone on for years until the year 1996, when it was documented with external invitations to non-Nkonya traditional leaders and towns, such as our neighbors. You might not know them, but you can hear their names probably. Tomorrow next, you will hear the names again. One is Papa Abutuasi. It's not far from the first year. Rara, Lipe, Buri, and Okwe, where even their traditional chief, Togbe Abusi, became the chairman for that year's festival celebration. It's not an Nkonya, but he was invited and Nkonya to start to declare for it. And that particular year, we initiated programs and projects for the community. And this in 2008, what we realized from it was 2008. Was the completion of the construction of our community center and our neighbors, which is an Nkonya area, their district assembly hall. This was under the auspices of the then Minister of Works and Housing, who was Honorable Alhaji Abubakar Sadiq, a former member of Parliament for Salaba. A different, it's also in the Oti Region anyway. Yeah. So it was through his initiative. The Sanchiba, it means to call it, literally is eating of yam. Eating of yam. While Sanchiba, loosely translated to mean return. This signifies a link to our ancestral migration from the Akomufio, an enclave around the Akosombo Dam. When you were coming, you saw the Akosombo Bridge. There's a community there which is called Senji. And that community, our ancestors, have remnants over there. When they were crossing the river, they couldn't cross. They allowed the tallest man to test the water, and when he was emerging, they shouted, Sanchi, 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 but that's in Nkonya language, meaning return. So that name metamorphosed over there. And we have been reflecting on it and linking up with our remnants over there. That is, crystallizing the name of our festival, Sanchiba Festival. The name of our festival is Sanchiba Festival. And the Sanchiba stems from the name Senji, where we have our remnants. So normally, yearly, we celebrate it and we involve them as well. So we still have them as our neighbors. And this festival is normally celebrated in November of each year. And in celebrating the festival, we have tourist attractions in the traditional area. And the tourist attractions, one is this mountain you are seeing. If you get out, like by the roadside. And you look up, the name is Mount Mlabo. Mount Mlabo. It's a mountain, Mount Mlabo. From there, if you look towards the northern side, you see another highest point over there. That is called Owarebo, Mount Owarebo. That is about 5,667 feet above sea level. It is the highest point. And our ancestors, some of them lived on top of the hill, of the mountain, before they were brought down to join, others at the ground level here, which has turned out to be the Nkonya Township. So we have migrants from the mountain top, in addition to those who were on the level ground here. They have formed the Nkonya Township. And the tourist attractions, we have a place by the water, which is very suitable for a beach. We've been trying to develop it, but as at now, it is still away. Lower level. We have not been able to develop. But if you go there, you definitely be visiting that community. You go there, you show you the site, and you look at the site, and you also look at see the features, and see how it will be suitable for the beach. So that one is in our plan for the community. It is how to develop. It is the means, then the management. We've been trying to link up with Ghana Tourism Authority. They have not abandoned us. Unfortunately, the level at which we want our tourist attraction sites to reach, we have not gotten there yet. However, we are still, forcing to get it up to the standard where it can be nationally and internationally recognized. So this is a festival 2.5 kilometers from the town. And that's right there. You see our lake side community. Definitely that area too, we'll be visiting the place so that you see the topography of that area. In fact, had it not been for the ability, we would have even prompted you to climb the mountain Warriors and go and stand on top there, or Mount Nabu, go and stand on the top there and look southward, eastward, westward. You see the lake from Apostle Lake. You see the water. You see it clearly. And you see villages along the whole stretch. It's a fine scene. So please know, they are all for tourist attraction. So that is what we have to do.
All Sanctina. And it is celebrated in November of each year. So a whole 1 week program is run. We move to the top there. We also move here to sometimes. Then we go to the Odomito Beach. People will be coming from all over Oti Region and Oti Region to participate in it. This will be doing that in this Easter before the Sanctina. I think that beach activities will come on this Easter. So that is one festival we celebrate as a people of the traditional area. That is what the history of the Nkonya, and we will give you this history of the Sanctuary Festival so that you can take it. In case one
November you want to visit and have a feel of the Santiba. Very
Big forest. Farming work is the work that we do. Formerly, Wurupong is the highest cocoa producer in Oti Region.
You say the highest cocoa?
The highest cocoa producer
In both.
in both. At now,
Formerly Volta, now Oti.
Formerly Volta, now it's
Oti Region.
even now. Chef, I can say if we are not the first, we shall be second. Because of rainfall, then the high Amatan, then high sun. That's why now these days we are coming second. Otherwise, we should be the first producers of cocoa farming in this Oti region. Secondly, we produce yam. We are yam producers and other foodstuffs. Cocoyam, cassava, plantain, and etc. We produce it here. If I will not lie, all these productions, we shall be second in the Oti region. Like only now this time, they're working, all the children, because of education, they have left to Accra to work, and they have stopped farming. So let's be the elders. We are trying to farm with hard working. We don't use any machine to plow. Felling trees, hard working. Weeding, we ourselves, using our cutlass, weed, I will say 30 by 15 before we make farm. So here we are farmers, hard-working farmers in Nkonya. Thank you.
Among the leading producers of cocoa. So if you go and you see big builders of the community, they were all right out of cocoa proceeds. But with the construction of the Ancestral model, most of the cocoa farms were inundated by the war of Rwanda. So we lost the production level. But now the youth are trying to come back into cocoa production. They have said that we are farmers, but of course we are peasant farmers. We can only use the cutlass and the hoe. So our holdings are normally very small. We can't take you for a long time. However, that is what we are doing to have to try. We set some time past that. If anybody wants to go into agricultural farming, last year we have some land to do for it. So thank you.
Last but not the least, we would like others to know that we in Nkonya Region people are some people who love business. Be you a stranger, somebody we don't know or we know, we only embrace it. And for that matter, we would like to tell you, in future, that when you go back, among your plans, put into your plans a preparation for you to come and have an establishment at home. This is your home, the second home. You like you to come and put up a structure so that when you go, Anytime you want to visit Wurupong, you not come and rent a place or reside in a bungalow or any hotel. You comfortably live in your own apartment where you are prepared to suit your convenience. You and your family and your children and whoever will be coming will be connected to our own group. They should have a place by themselves, and it should be a home. You can name it anything you like. So when you mention that name, you know what it is and how accessible it is to those who are coming for answer. Thank you.
Let me say thank you for hosting us. And from the bottom of our heart, me and my lady, and for people that I know I can bring here, we thank you so much for your insight. We thank you, gentlemen, for everything, for every single thing. And we now have to go from a conceptual stage to a planning stage, where you start developing things in your head, then you put them on paper. Right? That is the next step for us to do. There might be some political things I need help with. Okay? I was just telling my lady here, one thing I think I would need to have, if anyone can help me, I need a Ghanaian passport. Because my history, my ancestry is Ghanaian, you know, I think I would need a Ghanaian passport to come and go free. You know? I don't have to be applying for visa every time I turn around. You know? So I think that's what the law says in Ghana. I could use my Ghanaian ancestry to secure a Ghanaian passport. So if I can get that, that would be wonderful. That's the first thing I would need, you know, to let people at home know that I'm very, very serious in what I want to do. So that's just one of the considerations. Right? And I wish to thank everybody for having us, and I see good things in the future.
MP of our area is from you.
Okay.
So we will link you up so that we can pick it up.
Okay.
Brother Opakwe,